we started a music company when I took a break from tech. And we were doing tours back then with pop groups and NSYNC and Britney Spears and Elton John and stuff like that. And we produced an album, only one. We produced our own jazz album. And the crazy part of the story, I'm a software engineer. That's my training, and that's what I was. But we won a Grammy. The album won the Grammy for Best Jazz Album that year, and I'm all dressed up, and I'm at the Grammys, and I don't really dress up either. In fact, I'm in a tux and a red carpet, and then all the paparazzi people are yelling, "What are you wearing?" And I'm yelling, "Tux," and they're all laughing. And the little person with the headset says, "They're not asking what you're wearing, they're asking who you're wearing."
Yeah, who you're
and I'm like, "Well, it's mine." And they're like, "No, who's the designer?" I was like, "I should just go home, maybe."
Yeah.
And, but I'm standing there, and after we won, I had this moment where I thought, I cannot believe that I am blessed enough that this is actually my life right now. We're on the red carpet at the Grammys, and we just won a Grammy. And I closed my eyes to make sure I had gratitude, right? I said, I got to soak in this moment, this red carpet moment in my life. And a thought occurred to me, for me, that was kind of life-changing. And what I thought was, every human being deserves a red carpet moment. So it's nothing to do with Grammys or awards. I would like every human being to have a moment in their life where they say, wow, I can't believe this is my life, right? Because it's going the way you wanted it to go. So I made a kind of a commitment to dedicate the rest of my life to do whatever we could do to help everybody get to their red carpet moment. It was part of the giving back thing. I was in an inner city school in Cleveland, and I asked all the kids, I said, think about what your red carpet moment would be in your life. And a young girl, 16 years old, she wouldn't even make eye contact with me because she'd been so beaten down by the world. And I said, just read what you wrote. And she finally said, my red carpet moment would be this. She said, if just once before I die, my mother would say one nice thing about me, one nice thing to me. And it's like, you know, kind of felt my heart in my chest.
Yeah.
And I said, what's the story? And she said, my father was murdered trying to murder somebody else. And she said, my mother's basically a drug addict. And every day, she said this, every day my mother wakes up and says, I wish you'd never been born. You ruined my life. You're a worthless piece of. And this girl said, I would have the greatest life ever if one day my mother would look at me and said, wow, I'm proud of you. And I realized then what the mission was. Anybody in the world that's blessed in any way at all, your responsibility is to help people like that get where they're going. So we sent her to college, right? Mm-hmm. We have funded her college. She is a 4.0 pre-med student.
Wow.
That you wouldn't believe if you met this girl today. You'd be like, there's no way that's the same girl. She wants to be a pediatric surgeon. And it just absolutely blew me away. And you know what the start of that was? It was just somebody saying, I'm gonna help somebody else. Reach behind you, take somebody else's hand and pull them forward. And I always tell people, they think, well, if I'm successful like you someday, I'll do that. But I always remind them of that Mother Teresa quote. If you can't feed 100 people, feed one. So I think the message of giving back is, you don't have to do something huge and grand. Do something, anything. Help somebody where you live with something, and that's the ripple effect, right?
Yeah.
If everybody reached out to give back to somebody in some way, that doesn't mean money. It could just mean moral support. Then it's amazing how that ripple effect starts to go forward. That girl has made a commitment. She's like, I'm going to help as many kids as I can someday because I have no other way to pay you back for helping me out.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to work.